All right, welcome back to the show. Happy to have Mike Neighbors in studio with us. We're going to have some fun, talk some of your team this year and these players. I know you lost a lot with Chelsea Dungy and Destiny Slocum leaving. A lot, you can add to the list Jalen Mason. Yeah. How do you feel about this team, first and foremost?
Invigorated. Yeah, it's a bunch of new. You get in I won't say rut because it's not a rut, but you get in a routine. And then you get all this new influx. Every single person on the roster has a new role. Mm-hmm. So it's an invigorating feeling. It feels like first day of school, all those analogies that we all go through, but it's energizing and invigorating.
All right, so let's talk about it. Let's bring in the basketball court, and let's bring in our first player. She is not new. She is probably the most well-known name on the team in Amber Ramirez, second team All-SEC.
Yeah, and the leadership, the veteran, the been there, done that. Just her coming back gave us that leadership that we would have been missing without her. So obviously a familiar face, but her role's changed too now. She's gone from being with some of the others to being the only person that's got a junior or a senior attached by her name. But she's handled it just like you would expect her to.
Absolutely. All right, this next lady we're going to talk about is someone I love watching play, and Michaela Daniels. And specifically, you love to talk about her defense. Sneaky, she led the team or tied the team with 41 steals last year.
And we don't even really try to steal it.
Yeah.
But what you don't see on a stat sheet is the percentages that she holds her matchups to. Ryan Howard 1 for 10. Just those types of things, the game within the game. Whether she's a bigger player or a smaller player, that's the matchup Michaela's going to draw, and that role will stay the same for her. But she's got some added responsibilities now offensively.
Yeah, what do you see from her and her growing her game this season?
She's much more vocal. It's just when you walk in the gym, you hear Michaela now, other than just see her. A lot of people would see her in the past, and she grows on you and you fall in love with her. But now you hear her and you see her, and she's teaching. She's brought Sam Spencer along, and that's new for her. She's always had it, but now it's able to kind of be seen more.
Okay, next up is going to be Erin Barnum. We saw a lot of Erin in and out last season. She didn't start a game, but she definitely grew her role. How important is she going to be, especially in the paint? Well,
she's just like these first two that we talked about. Right now, she's kind of irreplaceable because of she's done it in bits and pieces. And what she has now, having done that, she's sustained it for a really long period of time. She's been really good throughout the summer. She's been really good through our preseason. Been dominant at times in our practice. And I think she knows that. She knows that she's being counted on. And if you've been around Erin her entire life, you know that when she feels that way, she produces. So really excited about how far she's come and what she's going to bring us. I think fans will be too.
The SEC brings a lot of power in the paint. How can Erin stand up to that?
Well, she got to be equally as hard to guard on the other end. That's what I tell her. As hard as it is to guard some of these bigger, taller, faster, stronger, you be that person on the other end, and then we'll do it with some scheme on the other end. You battle, and we'll give you a little help from the guards or from the other forward, but you make it punishing on them on the opposite end, and then that's where I think she can really take advantage of her size or lack of size, however you want to look at it.
All right, next up is a local favorite in Luisa Davis, and she's someone who can really expand her role this year.
Yeah, and has. And again, it's been with just sustained work. And knowing that the expectation is there. She's always done that wow moment thing in practice or in the Baylor game or in the UConn game, making those wow plays. But the wow plays are coming more and more together and more consistently. She worked harder this summer. I think if you talk to her, she was in the gym more than she's ever been in. She's more committed to it in the film room. So we're going to see her not only a lot more, but a lot more of those flashes that we've talked about.
Before we move on to some newcomers, these group of 4 returners are going to be pivotal with experience because you've got talent. They don't have experience yet for the most part in college basketball. How big are these 4 to you?
Well, they've got to tell the story. They've got to tell these newcomers that haven't been in the SEC, even some of our transfers that have played, but that haven't been in the SEC, what that is like. They've got to be great storytellers, and they're good at that. I think they share their experiences. They've all earned their position, and I think they can talk to the newcomers and make them comfortable as fast as they can, kind of collapse that time frame of being a newcomer. And all 4 of those kids are capable of it and have been doing a great job.
All right, let's talk about the newcomers because I know you are excited about them. Don't want to get you dunked on, but here they come. I know. Watch your head.
With this group,
with Jersey, Miriam, and Sasha. What a trio to bring in to Fayetteville.
Well, that's your last 5 or 6 Gatorade State Players of the Year. It's the last 3 McDonald's All-Americans to come out of our state. And when we called the dorm and said, hey, we're moving in 25 feet of incoming people this year, and they're like, oh, how many do you have coming? 7? I said, no, we only have 3. So you see that when you walk in the gym, the added size, the added length, and with Sasha you get some experience. Yeah. Somebody that did it in the Pac-12 last year at a really high level, and then the expectations of Jersey and with Miriam, the people got to see it for a number of years at the high school level. Now they see them transition into a Razorback uniform and playing together.
Yeah.
And they sense that excitement too. These 3 have got a really special bond, and it's been really cool to see it unfold.
Specifically with Jersey and Miriam, we talk about, freshmen, they haven't experienced, but so many times before in the past, we have seen freshmen make a mark immediately in this league. Not putting pressure on these 2, but they have pressure on themselves. Sure. Can they do that?
They can, both of them. Miriam's coming along with her knee. We'll see where she's at with her rehab as to how much and when she's able to participate. But Jersey's got international experience. She played, with the U19s this summer, so they've been on the big stage. They're prepared for it. The beautiful thing is, as they're with who we've already talked about, they can come in and feel their way into this and earn their way into this. They don't have to be given anything. And with these 2 particular kids, that's the best way. That's the way they want it. But the ceiling is so far high. I mean, you can't even put a height and a limit on it with what those 2 kids have ahead of them.
Well, we're excited. The season starts on November 10th, and I know you guys are excited to get out there and play.
Very.
In front of some fans.
You bet. It'd be great to have them back.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Oh, I love it. You bet.
We'll do it again.
Okay.
All right. We'll be back after the break.